Hi beautiful people, this is Serena, welcome back to the channel. In today's reading, we are going to do a thematic reading about a message that the moon wants to share with you. As always, pick your pile based on your intuition, not the crystal that you think it's pretty. So just pause a moment, connect with your breath, see which pile is calling you the most. And then when you're ready, you can go to the description box that I put the timestamps for you to go to your message. The first group is the Pyrite. The second group is Pink Agate. And the third group, it's the Sodalite. So when you're ready, you can pause the reading and choose the pile that you feel drawn the most. And then we'll see you in your message. Hi, first group, you who chose the Pyrite. This is your message. In the Oracle of Quenin, you got the card Daughter of the Phoenix Daughter. It's in Portuguese, but that's the translation. And the second card is it's called the Creation Night or Night of Creation. I've noted something in both of these cards. You can see a lot of smoke. Here in this card, she seems to be like in the clouds or in a place with a lot of smoke. And here too, we see like fire and smoke. So I think for some of you, maybe you will be drawn to use more incense or like aromatherapy or even light candles or incenses or stuff like that. Maybe you will feel drawn to these things. With the combination of these two cards, you are now rising to another level because this is what this card talks about. It talks about that you are rising above in another level, that you are consolidating your power uh, in another level, you know. So you're rising above, just as the phoenix, and this has a lot to do because of this other card with your creation powers, with your imagination. So in this card, it's really funny because it's another oracle, but still the author uses the metaphor of like letting the wings of your imagination free, you know, to fly free your imagination. And here we have the phoenix that is a bird too. So there is something about liberation, about like your creation powers flying free. And this card talks about receiving random inspiration in odd moments in your day. I don't know, it could be as simple like you are cooking and then you have like the best idea ever, or you are taking a shower and then suddenly the solution to your problem just pop in your mind. And I don't know, maybe you are tidying up your room or something like that, and then just boom, you're hit with this insight, you know, that changes your life forever. We are talking about this type of experiences. We have like the fire element and the air element really strong in your reading. It's almost as if like the fire, it hits you with passion and inspiration and clarity. The wind blows and just give you this amazing idea. um so for some of you, you might even feel inspired to create during the night, and they maybe that's like odd for you. Maybe you work or study all day, and usually at night you are more like lazy or feeling tired, but then like in the next weeks or months maybe, you will suddenly feel this urge to create or to do something artistic, or even to read a book that you would normally wouldn't read, you know. So we are talking about these types of things happening, and you should just like follow your heart, follow your imagination, follow your inspiration, because it will be like a very fertile period for you to create things and solve problems and live a more magical life in general. um and there is another message in this card, the daughter of Phoenix, the Phoenix daughter, um, because it this card is about you reaching another level, like a higher level, in consolidating your power. But for that to happen, you need to pass in the trial of fire, of celestial fire, just as the Phoenix. So it's very common for you, for this period of your life, to old things, old wounds, um, everything that no longer serves you, to just surface and to a level that you can't ignore anymore. Everything that was hidden, every unconscious toxic pattern just becomes so obvious, so apparent, that like you can't ignore anymore. It's like the fire, the sun, like it illuminates, and you can't give that excuse like, oh, I didn't know, because you will know, you will see, it will be so apparent. And it's really tough because maybe internally you feel like that you are going to this higher level, you feel like that your life is about maybe to change, or for you to really consolidate in a more elevated version of yourself. But in this like linear time that you are about to reach and consolidate this power, this test becomes, and you may feel like dragged to the mud again, and you're like, why is this happening? Why these old things, these toxic things, these sad things, these wounds are being reopened? Why is this resurfacing in my life right now? uh and this is not to drag you down, it's just like that final stage of healing, you know. And then you are faced with these things, they are brought to the light, to your consciousness, so that you can tackle that for once and finally consolidating your power. So it's like this final spiritual test for you to rise above and consolidate your power. So do not be discouraged. Instead, now is the time for you to really tap into your creation powers, in your imagination, and you will receive these sudden inspirations. So if you act on these inspirations, act on these random ideas, because they are divinely guided, and you will be shown the way out of these problems and these wounds. So uh, don't feel small, don't feel like your imagination, your creative powers, or your mind is small, because it's not. Actually, it will show you the way. You will be divinely inspired, so that you can solve every one of these problems. So don't worry, just trust your own imagination, just trust your own creative powers, and you will just receive the most beautiful things, and you will finally consolidate your power in a much higher place than you were before. I hope this reading has resonated with you, and bye bye. Hello, second group. You who chose the pink agate, this is your reading. By the way, I don't know if I'm pronouncing correctly this crystal's name, but let's just go to the reading. You receive two cards. The first one is called the dedication, and you see this beautiful moon ring here. The second card, it's called Immortal Treasures from the Oracle of Quenin by Alana Fairchild. It's in Portuguese, but it's called Immortal Treasures. Um, this combination is quite interesting because this card here, the Immortal Treasures, it talks about gifts that are passed down through your lives. So if you had like many past lives, you cultivated some sort of gift or ability, and then these gifts, these abilities, they are treasures because they were nurtured life after life with dedication here, and they were cultivated with love by you, and now in this life you are tapping into these abilities. uh so you don't have like to start from the scratch. It's like you've done this before. Maybe you feel a sense of familiarity with these abilities. um you feel somewhat at ease. Sometimes it's kind of even like funny because you see that this Quenin here, this character in the card, her face is not really seen because it's like the light of your soul has shone in different vessels, in different bodies, in different times, in different places, but still you dedicate yourself to this ability or to these gifts. And now, in this life, when you are hearing this message, these powers are being unlocked again. So maybe you will feel drawn to do a certain thing. Maybe you will, for example, feel drawn to do martial arts or to play the guitar or to paint or to write. Sorry, I had to interrupt a little bit. Um, and as I was telling these messages, like two planes passed by and made a lot of noise, and then my dog asked for me to open the door for her. Um, so I think that maybe right now you will feel inclined to do something that is related. It's something that has to do with your abilities and your gifts to the world. But at the same time, you will be tested because maybe there will be a lot of distractions or things that arise that wants to make you lose focus of this, of developing these abilities. And I think maybe sometimes we misunderstand, like we think, oh, if it's a gift, if it's a talent, then I don't need to put the hard work because if it's something that is my gift or if it's something that I've already developed through lifetimes, shouldn't I just like do it with like my eyes closed without having to dedicate my time, and that's it, like this is it. um I think there are some cases that are like so, but I think even if you are a gifted person, if you don't practice your abilities, you will won't go past a certain point. And sometimes like these abilities are of like many past lives, and even if you have this like ability, you need to invest some time and dedication and hard work for it to just flow, again. So I think this is a confirmation, like these abilities, these things that you're feeling, They are yours. Probably you have already done this in other past lives, but for it to be expressed in the best potential and even to serve like humanity or the planet, the animals, whatever that is your ability about, you need to dedicate some time and hard work to this ability. It's like the moon. Like if you take your ability, your gift, it has like a natural expression, like a primitive, natural, spontaneous expression, just as the moon here. But like if you dedicate your time and put some hard work, you will like make a base to your abilities that it will be more fully expressed. Just like if you had like a rough diamond here, it would be absolutely beautiful. But if you polish it, if you make like this beautiful intricate ring with all these little details, uh just like precious metal bending here and art to make a proper place for this beautiful gem, then it will shine even better. And I think this is what the cards are telling you. Maybe you've already noticed this talent, this ability, and this ability of yours, it's a gift to the world and can even bring healing to people or to beings. My cat is here and she was like making meow for me to open the door. So for some of you, maybe it's even connected to animals, I think, because like my dog, my cat, they all like made their presence know for me while I was doing your reading. So I think maybe even if it's not the case, I think your gifts and abilities, they have like a higher potential to reach the world, and to have like a great impact even in non-humans human beings. So but for that to happen, you need to dedicate some time and put like this extra hard work for that this gift, this ability to truly flourish and reach its highest potential as it should. And the cards are advising you to do so now. And that's your message. I hope this resonated with you, and bye bye. Hi, third group, you who chose this Sodalite. This is your message. Um, the first card is the High Priestess of the Destiny Orchid. I don't know how to say the name of the flower, but whatever. Um, and this is the card, absolutely beautiful. And the other card is Liberation. And you see this beautiful woman in this bathtub in the full moon here. The first message that this card talks about is of you liberating the things that are not yours and that you can't control, because usually when this card appears, we are taking too much pressure and weight that is not ours for us to carry. It's almost as if we like in our benevolence and empathy with others, we like get so immersed in others' problems that they become our own problems when it shouldn't be the case. We can like help others and give them empathy and give them help to the extent that we can, without like being completely absorbed in other people's problems or the world's problems. But sometimes sensitive souls, sensitive beings, they kind of do that. They want to help people so much, help other beings, and you have this like such a beautiful emotional intelligence and care, that maybe you can just like start worrying about other people's problems, or you get so immersed in the problems that it becomes your own. So this card is telling you to drop it, to honor your personal space. Maybe you should take like a big long bath, just as in the card is depicted. um and instead of focus on other people's problems, it's more a time for you to focus on your own dreams. Like, liberate what is not yours to carry, liberate this weight, and instead focus on your dreams and how to make them come true. This card is talks about that. um and here, this card of the High Priestess, it says that it's Kuan, and she's playing this beautiful and sweet flute music here. And in this flute music, it opens up your heart and makes you remember what you truly love and guides you to your higher purpose. And as she plays this beautiful flute, beautiful flowers and orchids and other types of flowers, it falls, because it's a blessed path. It's your divine purpose. And this card is so truly beautiful because it says that what is your purpose, what is your divine passion in this life, uh, your soul, your heart will always remember. Even if you deviate, like you forget about it, like maybe you are so burnt up by other responsibilities and taking care of other people and beings and whatever, that we can think that we forget, but we never truly forget, because this is so ingrained in our souls, so ingrained in our hearts, that a part of ourselves, a part of our soul, is always calling for us. Like, this is your divine purpose. This is your calling. This is your mission. So it will always call you. And you already know what this is. And this card is just a reminder of that. So now is the time for you to just take a pause and let other people take care of their own problems. And you should, like, if you can help, you help, but to an extent that it doesn't drain your energy, your soul, so that you can instead focus on you, on your goals, your big dreams, your big projects, and to trust that the universe and the other beings, they are being guided as well. These other beings, these other peoples, they will find help when it's time for them to find it. You are not the one that needs to be everybody's superheroes. Like, you can be a beautiful healing presence, but now is the time for you to focus on you. There are times that our focus should be out there, and we should like uh, diminish our egos and focus on other people and have a more like an altruistic expression. But sometimes, like, we can help people, and you kind of later notice that the people, they didn't want to help themselves. So it's almost as if you are trying to control things that you don't really have control over. Even if you have noble intentions and you're trying to help others, there are parts of people's paths that can only be walked by them, and you can't control everything. Like, there is a part of your life and other people's lives that only you can walk, and only they cannot walk. And I think you are reaching that level that you've done everything that you already could for these people or these beings or this situation. And now is the time for you to just relax and liberate this excess responsibilities that you are taking and instead focus on what you truly love, what moves your heart, what makes you alive, this calling that you already know what is, and to trust that you are being led to this beautiful path, like to the next steps that you should take for this to come true. Um, let's see if in the book there's more information. Da-da-da-ba-bum, ba-da-dum. Da-da-dum, dum, 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 da-dum. Mhm. Ah, right. I almost forgot. I was reading this card again, and it says that you should now disconnect of like conscious. Like maybe you will feel truly this like introspection, maybe quality. Maybe you will feel drawn to things that is not mainstream, and we will feel little or like to a greater degree that you are odd, like in a sense that like it's almost as if your soul right now it's not connecting with like the mainstream, the things that are famous or what everybody else is doing, and maybe you feel like, but this is so strange, this is so peculiar, like I don't feel that I'm fitting with my environment, with the people around me. It's almost as if I am the odd one or the peculiar one, and this is like divinely guided because these differences that you feel with others is like your own potential, your own creative potential, and part of your divine destiny. So don't feel that these differences are make you less or it makes you weird. Like actually this is your superpower and this is leading you to the path that your heart loves. So just do it, just trust your own path, just trust your own interests. And if you feel like you should do your own thing despite everybody else doing other thing, just do that. Like honor your personal space, honor that which you love. um let's see if there's anything else. um it says that your own destiny is calling you right now, beloved. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. It's just you trying to find yourself in all your beauty and spiritual strength. Hug, uh, hug the changes and accept the changes, and you will soon will enjoy this new reunion with yourself in this next phase of your life, a life filled with purpose and passion. Um, so let's see. There is a small prayer. You can totally search for Kuanin Oracle Alana Fairchild meditations. This is the high priestess of the orchid destiny, something like that. And you will find it. It's really, there are people who already did these meditations. I will try to translate the prayer. I hope that it stays good, but I don't know, it will be like an instantaneous translation, so maybe it will not be, but I hope that it helps you. So it says like so: My destiny is in my own heart, and you guide me to go deeper in my own self, beautiful high priestess, so that I don't follow to participate anything that is divinely ordinated for me. What is ordained by divine beings will always find me. With peace in my heart, I receive now what is guiding me in unconditional love to the plenitude and expression of my own divine being. Om Mani Padme Hum. I hope this reading has resonated, and bye bye.